That would be a great outtake.
Yeah. What outtakes? We don't do outtakes.
Hello, this is Stephen with Tobacco Cabana.
And I'm David. I'm a Texan, and I love cigars. This is the Road Show. All right, welcome back, guys. Here for another show, right?
Another shot.
Another show. Hope you guys have something in your glass. Again, always thankful to be here. Oh, he's got to get his glass. That is right. He's got to get his glass.
I knew I forgot something.
Exactly. What Steven's got in his glass, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. But always thankful to be here in Tobacco Cabana. Even though it's cold outside, it's great in here in Tobacco Cabana. Another brick and mortar that we just love to be a part of. And we're thankful for all you guys out there and ladies watching the show. And we just we do a Texas toast. And thanks to you for keeping the show going.
Oh, absolutely.
It's fun, but you guys are the one that keep it going. Otherwise,
we'd just be doing it for fun.
Exactly. So we want to toast you to good friends, good conversations, what we call a Texas toast, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers, Dave. Boom.
Hey. Wait for the pairing review on that.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to watch Dave and I with that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But we've got something else that's good, which is some cigar news. You've got something from a brand. It used to be a boutique brand.
Used to be.
It is not a boutique brand anymore.
Mm-mm.
No. And we're talking about what?
Tatuaje. Their 10th anniversary Capa Especial is coming out this month.
Okay.
Tatuaje is giving its 10th anniversary line a new limited edition, the Capa Especial variation, meaning it uses Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, while the binders and fillers still come from Nicaragua.
Okay.
2 sizes, the Bella and Cray, a 5 3/4 by 48. Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. And the Bon Chasseur, which is a 5 38 by 52.
Okay. I like those ring gauges.
Those are nice ring gauges.
Yeah.
Price point on them, still the same for both, $12. Which
for a Tatuaje, yeah. For a tat, that's, yeah. Okay.
We carry the red and black packs here, and they constantly go out the door because people look at them and go, wow.
Yeah.
Nice selection.
I mean, you know what you're getting with Tatuaje. You know you're getting quality.
Oh, yeah.
And the blending on that. So great cigar sizes, but what do you
get? Released in August of 23.
Okay, so it's been a while. Okay.
Right. Look for it at your B&Ms. Debuted in 2013 as part of the company's 10th anniversary. The original blend featured an Ecuadorian Habano, so they've gone away from the Habano and done the Sumatra.
Okay.
They're produced at the My Father Cigar Company in Esteli. Limited production of 3,000 boxes, so not unobtainable.
Okay.
20 cigars in each Vitola.
Yeah.
Pete Johnson told Half Wheel, hopes to have the cigars on their way to the stores by the 3rd week of January.
Okay.
They're coming up right now.
Yeah, okay. And that's interesting that they're switching to the Sumatra, because we saw in the last show previously, Espinosa went to the Sumatra
in their line.
So is that like a thing? Does a tobacco start?
It's kind of cyclical, but we've seen now a lot of San Andreas getting put into cigars. We've seen blends that are now getting into 5-6 blends, and now Sumatra is starting to get into 2024. So we may see resurgence of it.
Is that a crop thing or is that a consumer thing, do you think? Being a shop owner,
I think it's more the manufacturer and what their crops are and how long they hold on to the tobaccos before they say it's ready.
it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, I've got one. You're going to see this pairing with me and Dave. We are going to pair the Cigar of the Year through the Cigar Authority. They had a 10 cigars, top 10 of their cigars that they smoked on the Cigar Authority podcast. And the one that won was the McAuliffe Black. Yeah, it says celebrating the tradition that began in 1992. Two guys, cigar shop, smoke shop, I'm sorry, and the Cigar Authority, same group of guys. The prestigious title of Cigar of the Year for them for 2023 was the McAuliffe Black. Dave and I are going to do a pairing with that, with this. So stay tuned for that. It's a 6 by 52. So they did the Toro. It comes in a Robusto also. It captivates with its understated elegance.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yep.
Crafted by the skilled master blenders Joel and Adele Gomez Sanchez of McAuliffe Cigars, this exceptional cigar boasts a rich blend of cocoa and leather flavors, delivering a smooth and luxurious smoking experience from the first draw to the final exhale.
Absolutely.
I totally agree. It's a cigar that I keep in my humidor. Launched in 2023, last year, the McAuliffe Black extends the McAuliffe portfolio with a full-bodied offering at an affordable price. The Robusto's $7, the Toro's $8.
Yeah.
And full-bodied, what they're saying is most of their cigars are medium-bodied.
Right.
And then you've got the McAuliffe, which I think, in my opinion, is getting more towards the bold lines that they did away with. So I was totally excited when that cigar came out, and I love smoking that. The creation of the McAuliffe Black represents 3 years of dedicated effort and strategic planning. McAuliffe Cigars committed to an all-in approach, investing substantially in high-grade tobacco and simultaneously increasing production at their factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Reflecting on the 32 years of announcing the Cigar of the Year, David Garofalo, founder of Two Guys Smoke Shop and host of the Cigar Authority, remarked, "There is only one number one each year, and that goes to McAuliffe Cigars." Congratulations were extended to Al McAuliffe, Amanda McAuliffe, Dan Thompson, and the entire McAuliffe cigar team in Texas. The ambassadors throughout the world, the McAuliffe ambassadors, as well as the Sanchez family and all those associated with this exceptional Nicaraguan cigar. McAuliffe now joins the distinguished list of past winners, enjoying their place among the best in the industry. The impressive roster of past winners includes some iconic names. Today, the McAuliffe Black Toro now stands alongside these esteemed cigars, cementing its place in the annals of cigar excellence. I couldn't agree more.
No.
I mean,
It's fantastic.
it's a fantastic cigar, fantastic group of people, fantastic. If you're not a part of the cigar, the McAuliffe ambassadors, you're missing out on that, being a part of that culture and everything too. So hats off to you guys. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's a great cigar. Nothing else you can say.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's good. You know why elephants paint their toenails red? To hide in a strawberry patch. You ever seen an elephant in a strawberry patch? See how good it works? All right, welcome back, guys. We've got a little bit more news for you. Stephen, what do you got, man?
I got one from Luciano.
Luciano, I love. Golly, that guy is so knowledgeable.
Cigar Savant.
Savant. I got to sit down with him one time in Underground Cigars and smoke one of his blends.
Oh, yeah.
And the Lux. I love the Lux. And listen to that man talk about tobacco and how you need to taste and do things, it was just amazing. So when he comes out with a new blend or something, my ears perk up.
Yep.
Yeah, so what do you got?
This is his first release of 2024. Underrated. The Luciano describes the underrated, that's the name of the cigar, as an affordable luxury cigar. The blend features a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Fillers feature Connecticut broadleaf, Ecuadorian HVA, customarily seen as a wrapper, alongside Pueblo Nuevo, Medio Tempo.
I've heard that before.
Very top leaf. Aslajero. It's available in 4 sizes, each presented in a 20-count box. It's a Corona Gorda, 5 5/8 by 46.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, not too big yet.
No, I like that.
Robusto, 5.5 by 50. Toro Especial, a 6 1/4 by 52. And the Sublime, a 6.5 by 54. All under $8.50.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Wow, from a maker like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Comes from their factory in Esteli. After months of seeing Luciano experimenting with these tobaccos, I was in awe when he gave me a mystery to smoke at the factory in Nicaragua last summer. The cigar is a tribute to Luciano's imagination.
Imagination, yeah.
His ingenious use of high-quality leaves in non-traditional rolls bring forth an unparalleled sensory journey, providing the magnificence often lies unnoted, says Ed Trevino, Vice President of Sales at Luciano.
Okay.
In terms of the story behind the release, Luciano Cigar says, underrated will change the essence of value. I like that.
Wow.
Very nice.
That is totally interesting. Just the cigars that I've smoked of his and then listening to him.
Yes. The man can tell you more about a cigar, even if it's not his, than anybody I've ever met.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just unparalleled.
It is amazing. I've got something, man, sitting right off here. We'll be talking here later with our cigar pairing. But, Dave Yancey's got Leaf and Grain Society.
Absolutely.
And we talked about it on the last show or so about his new magazine that's coming out. So on December 15th, Leaf and Grain Society released the inaugural issue of their quarterly magazine featuring the cover of Al McAuliffe of McAuliffe Cigars, following the same direction as their website and show, The Twisted Pair, which is him and Ash Red. The magazine primary focus is on presenting its readers quality articles on cigar pairings. That's what Leaf and Grain is all about. Its readers quality on cigar pairings, with also delivering cigar wine, whiskey, coffee, and craft beer reviews. You will also find interviews of industry professionals, shop stops, accessory reviews, and recipes. Dave Yancey, the magazine's publisher, who is also known as Graybeard, promises that the magazine will be written for the consumer by the consumer. So a group of guys that I've known through other cigar events, that whether it is through food that they do, spices for their food, Dave Yancey with being a sommelier or a bourbon steward, smoking the cigars that they do, talking to the industry leaders and those that are making cigars. It's going to be a magazine, like it's saying, that is, to me, it's like straight to the point. There's no fluff. What do I need? Just tell me what I need to know. Don't give me all this fluff crap. Tell me what I need to know, and that way I'm educated, more educated, to go out and try to find something that I think is going to fit my palate.
So much written for you, the consumer, to go, you got a great cigar.
Yeah.
What else can I do with it?
Exactly.
What foods and drinks are the pairings that I should be looking to experience with that cigar so that I get the most enjoyment out of it?
Exactly. And that's what he does with the Twisted Pair. And so this magazine is just going to kind of enhance that to another level, so that you as the consumer can go out there and try to find some of those things on your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, great news. Congrats to Dave Yancey and Ash Red and all the group that is associated with him on their first issue of that. Go out there. I'll put the link in there, or information. If not, just go look for Leaf and Grain Society, and you'll be able to get this subscription to his magazine. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Today's Cigar Tip is brought to you by McAuliffe Cigars.
Stephen, I need a tip.
Got one for you. Dry boxing. I will say this happens a lot, but if you ever get cigars that are over humidified, just like you need to bring a new cigar and get it to the balance of the humidity of your humidor, if it's over humidified, dry box it, which is basically leave it out, leave it open, let it rest and acclimate, and release some of the humidity to get to where it needs to be.
Right. I keep an extra cigar box on my counter in my room so that I can just take some cigars out, throw them in that box, close the lid, and I kind of dry box them that way.
Yep.
And that way it's doing. All right. Great tip.
Thank you.
2 families, 1 cigar. Join the Ambassador Program today to make it a perfect blend.
You ready to do this?
I am, but what are you doing bringing wine? We haven't done a...
This isn't a wine.
How is that not a wine? It looks like a wine.
Not a wine. This is a beer. This is an Imperial Stout from the brewery out of California. This is an bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. And hear this.
Okay.
19.5% ABV
Wow.
in a beer.
Here, pour.
What?
No. How'd you find this?
You know, I was in at Halls, and I just love Halls and what they have. You know, and Halls is a gas station that has a liquor store associated with it. And they have some of the most unique, they have the best collection of craft brew.
And where's this at?
This is in Grapevine, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Just down the road from where I live.
Golly, there is no light getting through that at all.
None.
Wow.
So I'm in there, and Pops, who owns it, great person. If you ever get a chance to go to my Halls, I highly recommend it. But I see that they have Goose Island, and I love Goose Island.
Okay.
So they had the 22 and the 23 editions of it. So I grabbed both of those, and I bring them up, and I said, do you happen to have any of the older ones? And he goes, no, I don't, but I do have Black Tuesday. Well, I've never had Black Tuesday, but I've been looking for it.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
And I was like, I turned around to go get it. And he goes, it's $50. Let me warn you. And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I go and grab it. And my daughter was with me, and she said, Dad, you just spent $80 and you got 3 bottles of beer.
Beer, not bourbon.
No, beer.
Beer. Black Tuesday.
This is highly recommended by a lot of beer manufacturers.
Okay.
Beer
All right.
connoisseurs.
So we're pairing this with a great cigar, the McAuliffe Black, which, if you listen to Stephen and I on the news, this is by the Cigar Authority, their top 10. This one was voted the Cigar of the Year. And then Leaf and Grain.
We voted it number 2.
Number 2. So that tells you something.
Well, I need to kind of expand on this.
Okay.
I had all 12 of the team behind Leap and Grain
Yeah.
send us in their top 5.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them.
4 of the top 5.
Four of the members had this one on their top 5.
Okay.
Now we had, so that's 60 different cigars,
Mm-hmm.
or 60 cigars, their top 5, 53 different cigars, unique cigars,
Okay.
and this one came in at number 2 overall for 2023 by Leap and Grain Society.
Yeah, and number 1 for the Cigar Authority. If you know those guys, they've got a podcast. Great show. Catch it out there. I believe they're on YouTube and whatever.
They're on YouTube as well. And
Yeah.
Cigar Authority, they know their cigars.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the way that they approach
Right.
reviewing and analyzing their cigars. Is one of the few that I absolutely respect.
Yeah, and if you look at any of the Instagram posts that I do on my personal page, I bought the pack of theirs that had all 10 of the cigars. Fantastic selection of 10. And of course, the McAuliffe Black was in there. And I had already known, I smoked, I know how good this cigar is. It's a more bolder cigar than their normal line.
Well, with the San Andreas in there.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a beautiful. We've done this cigar on the show.
Oh yeah, we've had it before. So knowing this was going to be a great cigar for a dark beer. We've got the black with some black beer, and this is Black Tuesday, right?
Black Tuesday.
Black Tuesday with the McAuliffe Black. I think it's very appropriate. Now, I know this cigar, so I'm going to take a sip of this.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I know this cigar.
Yeah, I smoke that cigar rarely. Not rarely. I smoke it regularly. It stays in my humidor. So many of the McAuliffe cigars do, because I love their stuff. Now, this is what I like, is they're getting to some more bolder stuff.
Mm-hmm.
TPE, PCA is coming up pretty soon, and I know they're going to come out with something eventually. I don't know if they're coming out with anything new for this PCA or not, but I think this, a lot of these cigar smokers that love McAuliffe want them to get back. I do personally want them to get back to some of that bold line that was out there. The Sumatra, the Matafina, the Nicaragua. I have all those in my humidor still. So I love their cigars, always have. And then I love beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow.
How can you not? How can you not?
But yeah, how can you not? Especially beer like this. I mean, come on, yeah. Dude, cheers. Yeah, boom. Shakalaka. Oh my gosh, chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just the nose coming up. The nose on that was just chocolate. It's chocolate.
That bourbon is still
But
there.
yeah, the bourbon.
The bourbon is there. The bourbon is even after it's still sitting on the tip of my
I'm still tasting it.
and the chocolate. I kept this in my refrigerator.
Oh my!
Brought it out as I went to church this morning, so it's gotten a little bit more up to room temperature. Wow!
This is a beer that drinks like a bourbon. It drinks like a port.
Well, it says rich, complex flavor from time spent aging in bourbon barrels mingles effortlessly. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
With distinct notes of creme brulee. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Poached figs.
Yeah, I could.
And milk chocolate.
Okay, so yeah, the chocolate is just maybe a hint of figs back there because it is so dark, but it's not like okay, when I say chocolate, it's not like I'm eating a chocolate bar, okay?
No.
It's not like it's not a candy bar chocolate, but you get the notes of chocolate.
You get the notes of that creamy chocolate. It's not that high cooking chocolate, the high bittery, high cocoa, like the 96, 97%. It's, you've got that creamy chocolate. That fig note is lingering on there mixed with the bourbon. I'm trying to figure out, because I've never had a poached fig before.
No, I've never had a poached fig.
So I don't.
Poached eggs, but no poached
Poached
figs.
eggs, yes, but poached fig I've never had.
So we're gonna light this cigar up. I'm excited
I am too.
to see what we're gonna get out of this beer.
Just knowing this cigar
Yeah,
and knowing the coffee and the chocolate notes that you get out of this cigar with that punch from the Lajeros that's in it.
yeah. Oh, just the beer that I've got lingering on my tongue.
This beer is gonna,
It has got a long finish,
because I'm still,
very long finish. Steven, you have that in your glass? He does, okay. He's experienced. We try to, you know, three of us here in the studio, at Tobacco Cabana, so we try to make sure we're all smoking and drinking the same thing at the same time so that we can kind of get at each other's reactions.
I loved seeing Steven's reaction when he took his first sip on the beer. And that excited, because you took your first sip on the beer before we even poured ours.
See, I'm pulling some sweetness out of this cigar now that I don't ever recall.
Just the long finish of it is bringing that out.
Yeah. It's like, because I drank you saw how long ago I just drank that sip and then lighting up a cigar. And I've smoked so many of these blacks, Toro and Robusto. And just that draw and retrohale on the cigar, it's like I got sweetness out of the cigar that I've never picked up on before. That's what we love doing about these pairings, right? Right?
That's what makes pairing so much fun. I mean, okay, come on. $50 bottle. We're talking $9 to $10 cigars. This hobby that we have is cheap.
No, this is a $7 cigar.
Oh, is this a $7?
This is a Robusto.
Okay. But still, point being is that what we do here is not cheap.
No.
It's not cheap by any means. So why not elevate your experience by learning how to do pairings and learning what brings
Yes,
them.
and I get it. Hey, I get it. I don't care about all that stuff. I just want to sit and have a cigar, and I want to chill. I don't care. I don't want to write notes. I don't want to keep track of it. I get that. I did that for a long time. But hey, every once in a while, try to take note of it.
Or even last night. So I'm at another cigar lounge, and a friend brings up a spirit that I've never tried. And he asked me, he goes, so what'd you think of it? What kind of notes were you getting out of it? And I said, honestly, brother, I wasn't paying attention. I was just enjoying.
Right.
And that I do that 90% of the time, even this being my business of pairing.
Right. Yeah, because it becomes work, and you don't want to have to do that aspect of it every single time. There are times when you just want to sit down and, you know what? I just want a cigar. I just want to sit. I want to relax. I want to gel and just forget about the world and have a cigar. I get that. I do that a lot myself.
But right now we're pairing, so let's do this.
Yeah. Well,
Let's go cigar to drink.
cigar to drink. I totally agree. Oh man, this is some fantastic beer. I mean, I love the cigar.
Classic cigar,
Love this.
classic beer. How do they go together?
And get more sweetness out of the beer after the strawberry.
Steven says he'd get more sweet notes out of the beer after the cigar. I'm getting more fig now.
Yeah, I was going to say that fig is coming up.
Yeah, now I get more fig.
Which is surprising because we have a cigar that has a San Andreas wrapper, which San Andreas is known for its chocolate and coffee and spicy type notes. The chocolate and notes out of the beer is kind of subdued a little bit in that, it's allowing those fig notes coming forward.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely fig. When raisins, figs, that's what I definitely got out of it that time. That is amazing, because when we first drank it, it was chocolate, straight up. It was chocolate. So I'm going to do the cigar to drink again. like we did the last show.
Sorry.
Alrighty, I'm
Catch up.
man. I'll tell you what,
You better catch up.
it's a game, right? It's all a game.
I'm doing the smoked first before we go drink the cigar.
Oh yeah, it's just definitely figs. It's definitely figs.
Is it possible to smoke a fig?
You can smoke anything.
So go and do it and blow in the smoke. So doing the smoke.
Is that what you got? Like a smokier flip fig?
Smokier fig. That's why I asked the question. I mean,
You can smoke anything.
Or a pigments, bruschettas with cheese.
Steven said he's got a smoked bruschetta with figs and cheese that he puts on the grill. Man, we need to do a food pairing.
we do need to do a food pairing. But we better get to the other side of this. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep...
I know. And that's a 750 ml bottle, right?
Yes, this is a 750 ml bottle. That's why it looks like a wine bottle. But this is a beer.
Yeah, it is a beer. Yeah, we had something on the show recently. A few episodes back. A big bottle, well-known manufacturer, finished in barrels like this. Looked just kind of like this too.
And that's what inspired me when I saw this. It was like, oh, we've got to... Sure.
All right, so I'm way behind. I need to do drink to cigar now.
I haven't done...
You haven't done drink to cigar yet?
No, I've been...
You did smoke?
I've done 3 smokes.
So you did smokes in the glass already?
I've already done 3 smokes in the glass. That's what I'm saying. We got to keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to end up...
I mean, look at that. White ash. I love it. It's the black cigar. It's the black, and it's white ash. I mean, that is...
It's a sign of a perfectly fermented, maturated cigar.
I love that look. Yeah.
You got
A smokier tasting of the fig. A smokier tasting of the fig. That's fun. That's fun, yeah. And like I said, I don't do this at home. I don't do this when I'm sitting in my room at home, having a cigar when I'm chilling at the end of the day, the work day, and I've got my drink and a cigar. I don't do all this stuff. I do that when I'm out at a pairing, an event, maybe sometimes at the lounge, but definitely, right here. This is where I really do things like this, is when we're trying to really focus on it.
The things that I don't do at home unless I'm writing an article is really focus in on the notes, unless I'm doing, exploring a new pairing.
Yeah.
But trying it, different ways from cigar to drink and drink to cigar and to smoke, I absolutely do. But it's just because I think it's more of a habit now, and that's just the way I smoke my cigars now when I have a drink.
Yeah. All right, so we went drink to cigar before, is that right?
We went cigar to drink.
Cigar to drink. So we need to go drink to cigar now. Have you done that already?
I have not yet. I've been trying to let my palate rest a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. The cigar, if you guys have not had the McAuliffe Black, you need to find it. If you don't have McAuliffe in your local shop, you need to tell the guys there that they need to try to get it in. They've got a great line. And then this one being their newest cigar, if you like a more bolder flavor cigar, going through that stuff again about what we were talking about, trying to re-educate people. I was trying to talk to somebody at the lounge the other day. I was trying to tell him, and he got this cigar. I told him about it being voted number 1, and he immediately went to the humidor and bought one. And I said, now it is not going to be an in-your-face, strong nicotine cigar. It is the flavors that are, so what is it we're talking about? You explain it a lot better than I do. When you talk about strength and the other term that
when we talk about strength and body, the strength of a cigar relates to the acidity levels, the ammonia levels, and the nicotine levels.
Yeah.
And just like in a red wine, okay, so we all know that a red wine where those tannins are high, as that wine ages, those tannins subdue, and the sulfites will reduce in level. So on a cigar, when we tell you let that cigar rest in your humidor for a while, we're telling you because the acidity levels and the ammonia levels are higher, and that's what amplifies the nicotine levels. So that will slow down, or that will reduce in level. The body of a cigar has to do with two things: the amount of smoke and the weight of that smoke, how heavy that smoke feels on your palate. So you've smoked a cigar where you've taken in a draw and you've got it in a good amount of smoke, that smoke feels heavy on your palate. That's the body of it. I wish you could see the smoke over it.
It is just sitting. He's got a Glen. He's got a leaf and grain Glen, and the smoke is just sitting there. It's not coming out of the glass. Yeah, that is great. So people, when they say, "I want a strong cigar," they're talking nicotine.
I've got to show that.
Oh, okay.
I've got to show that.
Right here to this camera. Just so
you can see.
Right there, Dave.
There. You can see how the smoke is still lingering there. Where when he was showing it to us, the smoke was sitting up here, and it was just sitting there.
Yeah, that's great.
But when we're talking about the body of a cigar,
You're talking about flavor.
When we say the term body, what we are talking about is the amount of smoke and the intensity of it. But when we go back to a cigar, because flavor.
Right. But when somebody says, "I want a cigar, I want a strong cigar, I like the cigars that are strong," they're talking nicotine. I mean, that's
typically talking about nicotine. But I also think that they may be, as we start re-educating people around it, we're talking about the boldness or the intensity of those flavors, how strong those
flavors. Yeah.
Then it breaks down to what kind of flavors you enjoy, and that's where the palate comes into play.
Right. Yeah. So just trying to, just understanding what is it about that cigar that you like? Do you like the smoke output? Do you like the nicotine levels? Or do you like the flavors that you're picking up out of it? Those are all different things.
Those are all different things. And what you could like about the cigar is all of them put together.
Right.
I do enjoy a cigar that has a little bit higher that nicotine, where you can kind of feel a little bit of that kick.
Yeah, you get a buzz. You get a little buzz from it, and, that's going to be your nicotine level.
That's going to be your nicotine level, but I love a cigar that's just where those flavors are just out front.
Yeah, I mean, guys, you're not inhaling your cigars like cigarettes, and so you're not ingesting nicotine. This is the worst nicotine delivery system there is, okay? For one thing, you're smoking it over an hour or so. The other thing, the only way you're getting nicotine in this is through your gums. That's the only way you're getting it. That's it. So you're not getting it in through your lungs. But I love, the whole experience of a cigar, whether it's the taste, whether it's the look, it's the ash, it's the smoke, it's the combination of that cigar with this drink. It's all those things put together. That's what I like about pairings when we do this.
I love all about that.
Yeah.
One point I want to say. Okay, so I've been smoking cigars for 30 plus years. You've been smoking cigars for a while, Stephen. You've been smoking cigars for a while. Through the three of us, we probably got close to 100 years of smoking combined. How many times have you ever felt like you needed to get that nicotine fit on?
No, never. Never.
What I miss when I'm not able to smoke a cigar is just the calming, the relaxation, or the community, the culture.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I like doing about the show. I get to get up here. This is one of the few times that I smoke a cigar with Stephen or Dave. I do the Lone Star Cigar Association, which is a local group. So that's a group of people that get together every third Friday of the month, and we hop around from lounge to lounge. The next one we're going to is Underground, which is more in your neck of the woods.
That's my house.
We do it here at Tobacco Cabana. We do it at Latitude. We do it at Wild. And we try to hop around. and go to local brick and mortar shops to help them. I mean, get guys out there. Oh, I've never been to that shop before,
Wow.
and gals too. Yes, definitely. But also, I do things in order to help promote some business for that lounge, and but I love those times when I get together with other people and enjoy a cigar. It's the conversations that are going on. It's just sitting there getting to know each other better. And sometimes we do pairings like this.
I've done a pair.
Yeah, you've done 2 pairings.
I've done a couple of pairings.
You did a pairing here and you did a pairing at Latitude.
I did, yes.
Yeah, 4 Roses here. And then we did a blind pairing.
We did some blind pairings where we had the audience or the attendees try to pick what the whiskeys were at.
Yeah.
And to kind of bring this little aspect of it to a close, it really speaks to the second half of your guys' taglines of enjoy the leaf, grow the culture. But there's a side of the pairing that we haven't done yet, and you just took a draw, so you're going to have to let...
I know it. I just thought about that.
I'm ready to go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm ready to a cigar now.
It's a good cigar. I mean...
This is a good cigar. It's a good drink. So let's
Yeah.
the second half of this pairing.
Very good drink. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I've got to let my palate...
Wait, so there's that chocolatey note.
So now you're getting the chocolate
Yeah.
instead of the fig.
Wait, so now I'm getting the chocolate up front, just like we did when we started.
Okay.
I got the fig on the back end.
Okay.
And okay. Okay, yes.
Oh, wow. It changed.
Yeah.
It was chocolate when I drank it. When I smoked the cigar, the exhale of the smoke was fig.
The exhale of smoke was absolutely fig. And the inhale of the smoke after taking the drink.
There's that cone. Sorry.
Squirrel. It was, I want to say it was a bit more nutty. And no, it's going from drink to cigar.
I don't know that I'm
A bit
getting...
more nutty. And I can't quite.
I don't know that I'm getting any nuttiness out of it. It's either chocolate or fig for me, and which I enjoy. I love figs. I love dates or raisins or anything like plums. That kind of taste. I love those dark fruits like that. And then a dark, a heavier, more flavorful cigar. That was...
It's the initial draw on the cigar. So go from drink.
Yeah, I need to do it. No, I need to do it again. You're right. I do need more. That's good. Cool.
When you drink, the initial notes that the draw hits, the
Okay.
front of the draw, not the back of the draw where the fig comes in.
Yes. Oh, wow. What was that?
What I get off of it, and they called it creme brulee in there. It's not the egg. It's that caramel.
Yeah.
It's a
Steven is saying what he's getting is he's saying it's more of a creme brulee off like not the egg, but the sugar on the top, the burnt sugar, the caramelized sugar. Yeah.
Okay, now let me throw this out at you.
Okay.
When you've got a pecan pie, that caramelized pecan on top, it's got a little bit of burning. That's the nutty note I'm getting.
So it's more of a burnt pecan taste.
Yeah, but it's right at the very front of the draw.
Now how would you classify this? Complimentary or what do we... I mean, it is complimentary, is it not?
It's complimentary. I wouldn't classify this as that perfect balance pairing where everything stands on its own and everything is just amplified on its own and they're still distinct from each other. which honestly is a perfect pairing. But this is a very good pairing. This is a complementary pairing to where one enhances different notes.
Yeah, because either way we go, drink to cigar, cigar to drink. Either way we go, it's like it just works.
It works beautifully. And it's not a contrast pairing to where one is not overpowering the other, but in bringing something subtle out. No, the chocolatey notes and the coffee notes of the cigar still stand out. It's just that going from drink to cigar, now I'm getting that caramelized pecan type nutty note
Yeah.
out of this, which I've always gotten a kind of little bit of a nutty note out of the cigar. Now it's just a little bit more pronounced.
So overall thoughts on this, Dave?
This is one for the books.
Yeah,
This is one for the books.
that is.
Looking back, I mean, this is why. This is why this is number two cigar. And I've got to tell you, the number one cigar for us, it was
What was your number one cigar?
Maria Lucia by Luciano.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, and that's a hard cigar to pass on. I mean, it's just a beautiful cigar. I mean, I could easily say this is 1B. I could easily say this is 1B just from the votes.
1B and 1A.
1A and 1B. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, great cigar. Great pairing, Dave. Thanks for bringing that in. That is just beautiful. Just beautiful. And McAuliffe, you guys know how good this cigar is. The ambassadors, if you guys are not a part of the McAuliffe Ambassadors program, it is free to join. You get in on the Facebook page, a part of that. Again, it's a community of people that enjoy McAuliffe cigars. There are other perks to belonging to the McAuliffe Ambassadors program. So we already know this is a great cigar. I've never had that beer, but I love beers like this that are finished in barrels, and this is just beautiful. Just beautiful.
And I would absolutely 100% say that this beer, with it being as allocated it is, and it's only produced once a year,
Yeah.
hard to find 100% worth.
Oh, yeah. I would pay that any day of the week.
Yeah.
That is something that I would love to have sitting there. I mean, because it drinks like a port or a bourbon. It drinks like, you're not going to guzzle this stuff. You want to savor it.
You want to savor it,
Savor it.
sip on it, you want to enjoy it. If you do not have McAuliffe in your humidors right now,
Yeah.
you're missing.
You are.
You need to go and you need to find McAuliffe.
Yeah.
And
They've got McAuliffe here at Tobacco Cabana. They've got McAuliffe at Latitude. They've got McAuliffe at Wild.
find McAuliffe.
They got McAuliffe at Underground?
They don't have McAuliffe at Underground.
Okay.
They've got McAuliffe at Michael's. I want to say go and find McAuliffe at your local brick and mortar. If your local brick and mortar doesn't have it, if you don't know who the rep is for that area, contact David or contact myself, and we will let you know.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Steven enjoyed it. Everybody. This is just fantastic. You guys get out there, explore the pairings.
There's something for everyone.
There is something for everyone, and enjoy it. Grow the community.
Grow the leaf.
Enjoy the leaf, grow the culture. That's all the part of it. It's the fun of it, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Pick up your collectible Texas Cigar Roadshow laser engraved whiskey glass at giftygarage.net. All right, guys, welcome back. We got another cigar accessory review. We've got the MOJGAR Cigar Humidor. This is something you guys can have in your house, your man cave, something like that. It's not too big. 17 by 19 by 19. It is the 50-liter model of their cigar humidor. And as you can see, you've got your temperature right here in Fahrenheit right now. We got it set at 66. It's just as simple as putting that up and down, and then it'll set once it stops blinking. Touch, it's going to go up, obviously, but you can change it to Celsius or Fahrenheit, right?
And it's got the light feature as well, which is also nice because you can look inside, see what you've got as you're picking out without having to open up the door and letting all the humidity escape.
Now, granted, the light is up here at the top, and if I've got a bunch of boxes up here, that's the only thing that I can see where it's not, the light is not going to spill down here below.
Right. That's the only thing. But that's pretty standard in your electric humidor.
Exactly. And it is going to shed some light at least. But just opening the door, we've got a handle here off the side for your finger grip. And it's got a pretty good little...
Got a pretty good seal.
Seal on it. That's what you want. You want a good seal on there. So we've got a good seal on the door, glass door so you can see inside, and you've got your temperature right there at the front. Now, what you've got here, now Dave, he's opened the door. What I like about this one is, ones that we reviewed in the past, you had to swing the door
right
that far open to get the shelves out. If you'll bring this one back, so you've got this up against a wall, you've got the door straight, and you can still get the...
And still bring it out.
You can still get the shelves out. One thing that we want to look at on the shelf here that I like is it has a lip. If you look at that lip right there, we've got a lip. So if you've got cigars, boxes, or something stacked here, that's going to keep that there. Plus you've got a lip on this side, plus you've got a lip on the back. So you've got this up here at the top. So you can put boxes, you could put bundles.
I would probably do more like your 5-pack type bundles. You know, in here, boxes may take up a too much space. But what's really got me intrigued about this one, what I really like about this one, is the amount of space you have underneath the box tray down here to allow for the airflow. Because in your cabinet type humidors, airflow is the most important.
Right, you want it to move around. So we can see that we've got a good amount of space here at the bottom so that airflow will keep going and moving. You can see the fans in the back as far as what is going to keep the temperature and everything moving inside here. And again, like I said, this is a thermoelectric, so it's not going to take away from your humidity like a refrigerator would. This is exactly what you need for cigars. These fit in here real nice. They kind of, see how it locks right there? And then I have to kind of raise it up and then I can bring it out. So the thing is not going to fall out on you. So I can bring it forward just a little bit. Maybe something's right here. I can grab it, slide it back in, take this one. I want to bring this out. So I just raise it up ever so slightly and it comes over that lip.
And the wood is still Spanish cedar, so you don't have to worry about your cigars and taking on any kind of flavors from any other types of woods.
Yeah.
With it. So that's nice as well. It's got the tray.
The tray is in here. Now, the only thing that I use this for is to season the humidor. That's all. It's too big. It's taking up too much space.
But if you wanted to, what you could do, I wouldn't put, just your distilled water in here, but you could fill this up with, say, water beads.
You could fill it up with water beads. And then if you didn't want this and you needed a little bit more room, get this out and put you some Boveda packs in there.
Yes.
Any type of humidity packs that is going to maintain. It's not too big that you can't maintain the humidity in this amount of space with a few packs of humidity.
And one thing that is also nice, say if you did have more 5-packs or your 10-packs or boxes, you could take this and put it right here. Now it is going to restrict some of the airflow on here, but that is going to give you a little bit more real estate to put some larger packs.
Yeah, and you look at that. If I put this on the bottom, I set it on the bottom, it's still off the bottom.
It's off the bottom.
It's like,
it still have the airflow.
And then I could take this shelf and I could put it in here. And then I could take this shelf and I could put it in here. And if I could buy another one of these shelves, I could get even more in here.
You can get even more space. Or if you did have some, say, smaller boxes,
right?
Say like the ones from the Robocraft, where it's not the wide real estate, but it's a little bit more, you could put those in here and it would still keep it at that good humidity and temperature level.
Yeah, exactly. And you're still with the drawer down here, you're still able to shut the door. So it's all going to stay sealed. And now I could really stack some more boxes in here and still get some bundles in here and get singles in here. I like this one for singles.
Yes, I absolutely like this for singles, and doing my 5-packs, my packed cigars
Right.
in there.
But if I leave it set up the way they have it, the way they brought it in, this is the way it would look. And you've got room underneath here. Put however many Boveda packs you need underneath here.
Absolutely.
And then your airflow's going in. It's got a analog hygrometer. I prefer a digital.
I would absolutely, and what I would do, and then the way that I do my electric humidors is I have a hydrometer on each shelf.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can see, because it's going to be a little bit different on each shelf. That way you can know where to put your Boveda packs on to help regulate.
Yeah, you can throw one inside there, one in the back, or one underneath, just to make sure that it stays level, and make sure that you've got your cigars, like you're saying, as even as possible. You guys, when you've got a humidor like this, like Dave's saying, it's airflow. So airflow and humidity working to where it stays as even as possible. You've heard of the term, rotating your cigars. So if I've got some cigars here and there, instead of taking all the cigars out, well, I just take out this shelf and I put this shelf up here and I put this shelf up there, and I switch things around. The only other thing I see is if I look at this and I take these out, and then do I want to put this up there? I can do that.
You can.
I can put that up there. Now that doesn't allow me a whole lot of room, but that's some singles in there I could put in there.
There's some singles on there.
I could put this in here. I could put some boxes under here.
Yeah. So what's nice about it is that you have the flexibility to be able to customize it the way that you want customized.
Right. So I can move some things around, but I've shown you one way to where it's like I'm saying, if you could set this down here, move this down here, I can get another shelf in.
You can.
I can fit some more stuff in here if I can buy these separately, which I don't know if you can, but you can fit another shelf, or at least you can now fit more boxes in there because you're able to stack them up even higher.
And what's nice is that, with this closed, you've got the nice visibility as to what has inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
What I also like about this one, which is actually uncommon on a lot of them, is that on the back side, which our viewers can't see, but there's a condensation tray on the back, which is nice to have, because that's going to collect all the condensation from the refrigeration in it.
That's what's going to happen when you've got your house at 72 degrees and you've got your humidor at 65, 66. You're going to get some condensation, and so it's going to drain in the back. And so there's a tray back here in the back. You just empty it out, you slip it back in, and you're taken care of. So that's one thing you got to be aware of when you've got a humidor like this, is there can be some condensation buildup that this thing is going to get rid of, and it's going to catch it in this tray, just depending on what your temperature is in your house and what you set your temperature at for this. Now you saw here, this was at 66 before. I set it at 68. We're sitting at 68 now.
And it raised the temperature up. It moderated it just fine. One thing that I would not advise anybody to do, no matter what brand you go with, when you're dealing with an electronic humidor like as such, and it's the same rule applies to any of your humidors, keep it away from your windows, keep it away from the sun, the heat, or, as we're experiencing right now, the cold. Because it's going to
work harder.
Much more work for it to be able to manage that.
Yeah, and it's going to cause more condensation depending on the temperature in that instance. So yeah, if you keep it away, I think it's a good size. I mean, height, I could see this, put a cloth over the top, and I've got an end table coupled with my humidor, I just reached down, I'm sitting in my chair, I reached down, grab a cigar, and put my drink on top. And it's a great height for sitting next to a chair in your cigar room. I like it.
And it's not too big to where you could not put it, say, on top of your dry bar. If you've got a bar, your
True.
dry bar, just off to the side, or maybe even have it as your centerpiece, and have your bottles and your other accessories decorated around it.
Exactly.
It's not too big to where it would just overpower everything.
Exactly. It's a great product, I think. Few things that we could look at, can you get an extra shelf? Could I put an electronic hygrometer in there?
Yes.
A few things, but overall, it's a great amount of space. The door opens straight against a wall now. You've got catches on these. You've got lips. It is Spanish cedar, and it's saying that I can store 500 cigars.
And one other thing I want to show, if we can kind of turn it to the side a little bit here, it's got nice ventilation on the side and the back, which is also important because not only do you want that airflow, but you also want that ventilation because that helps that air from becoming stagnant.
Yeah.
You don't want stagnant air because that stagnation will transfer over to your cigars.
And making sure this thing doesn't overwork.
Yes.
Exactly. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This is the MOJGAR 50-liter thermoelectric humidor. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
We are. Another great episode.
Oh my. What a set of pairings.
What? Oh my gosh, that
That is fantastic.
that was
Both
just
of them are fantastic.
great news. Leaf and Grain Society, McAuliffe Black, Luciano, Tatuaje, just fantastic news. It's always growing. It seems like there's new things coming out, new ways to learn,
Yep.
through a magazine or something. And that's what we're trying to do for you guys. Just give you something to grow your way of smoking your cigar.
Absolutely.
And if you take a little bit, even just a little bit of what we say here on the show, that's all we want to do. You guys have helped us out considerably. The numbers are growing. Please go out there, like, share, click the notification bell, do all those social media things to help us continue. We're coming up on 28, we're getting close to 3,000. I want to hit that 3,000 mark.
Yep.
Help us get out there. I hope you enjoy everything that we're doing here. We have fun doing it.
Oh, right.
I mean, it's absolutely fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know if we can make things better for you, because that's why we're here, just for you guys. And always, whenever, it doesn't matter where you're sitting at, with your home, with the lounge, with the guys, at an event, whatever. Enjoy the leaf, grow the culture. We'll see you guys. Texas Cigar Roadshow is presented by Lone Star Cigar Association.